Have you ever seen a tiny turtle chasing a cat on a skateboard? Or a lonely dog becoming best friends with a bunch of fearless squirrels? I know, right? Stories like these only come around once in a lifetime. So let's take a look at these surprising friendships and how they show us that animals can find friends in the most unexpected ways.
When people see Ganso next to Koyuki, they always say, "Is that a shell on wheels?" But once they get a closer look, they see it's a mini turtle following his cat sister. Ganso is super clingy and is always right under Koyuki's feet. Our cat literally can never get a moment of peace.
While this clingy turtle tries to win a cat over, Martha was about to make some very surprising friends.
Martha was the dog that nobody seemed to want. She was at a rescue in Los Angeles. I actually went to visit. They brought me out the dog that had been there the longest. She was very standoffish, and she also has a really big scar on her back. But when I met Martha, who didn't like people at all, she climbed in my lap. I knew that she was the dog for me. And I said, "Okay, we're going home." Afterwards, they told me that Martha probably would never really be able to be around other dogs or animals.
But before we find out just who or what stole Martha's heart, let's see how Koyuki and Ganso's unlikely friendship got its start.
I was walking home one day when I saw something that looked like a seashell, and then I got closer and realized it was a tiny turtle. He was so thirsty and needed water immediately. So we bought a brand new tank for him to soak into.
Konnichiwa.
We have a cat at home, Koyuki, and she was super curious about her new scaly friend. She would lie next to his tank every day to get a better look at him, until we finally decided it was time to introduce them. Koyuki was a little unsure at first, since Ganso was not what she expected. But Ganso was determined to make a friend out of Koyuki. Ganso was so small he couldn't keep up with his sister around the house, and it was really sad to see. So we decided to help him out. And that was the moment that we thought, what if we get him a mini skateboard?
While Ganso was about to master his skateboard tricks, Martha found a special tree at the park with even more special friends inside.
The first time the squirrel came down to her face, she just let it. Now, as soon as we get to the park, they come down to meet her. The squirrel kisses her paws. And they trust her so much.
Can I give you a boop?
But before we see just how Martha and her new Squirrel Squad's relationship grew, let's see how Ganso became a tiny turtle Tony Hawk.
Ganso was a master on the board from the second he climbed on. Now, no matter where Koyuki is, Ganso is zooming right behind her. Every time Koyuki sees something out the window, Ganso never misses a beat. Sometimes Koyuki loves to kiss Ganso and then run away. She even climbs into his tank to greet him in the mornings. They truly are a match made in heaven. I never in my wildest dreams expected Koyuki and Ganso to get along. But seeing their relationship grow has been incredible. Of course, we always make sure to supervise them when they're playing. But Koyuki has never been mean or rough to Ganso. And every day with these two is just another adventure.
Now that Ganso is zooming everywhere with Koyuki, it's time to see how a scurry of squirrels was able to change Martha into the dog she is today.
She would see squirrels and she would stop, and she was not aggressive with them. So we just started to sit down next to the tree in the park. She realized that if she held still, that they won't run away. And it just kind of gradually progressed where they just started coming down and kind of hanging out with her. She gets very excited when we get to the park and she pulls me to the tree. Honestly, it doesn't really make sense at all, because there's no dog that lets them come up close to them. And she's a sweeter dog because of hanging out with the squirrels. I never thought that would happen. Martha's a completely different dog than when I got her. I think a lot of it has to do with the squirrels. Seeing how sweet she can be. That's why I tell her story. I hope it can change people's mind about boxers.
Sometimes friends come from the most unexpected places. A tiny turtle can chase a cat, and a grumpy dog can befriend squirrels. It just takes patience, kindness, and a little bit of courage. Every animal has a heart that can surprise you. And that's what makes friendships truly unforgettable.